Hello, we're Solent Sports News. It's 4:45 and I'm your host, Saj. The Premier League has agreed a bailout with League One and two clubs. The deal has been negotiated to aid lower tier clubs in dealing with financial issues resulting from a COVID-19 pandemic. The EFL has also allocated £200 million to the Championship. I'm here with Byron Goodchild, who's going to give us more information on the bailout. So Byron, let's start with League One and League Two. What's happening?
Clubs in those divisions will immediately receive their share of £15 million. League One clubs will receive a minimum of £375 each. League Two clubs will get £250,000 up front. These are grants that clubs will not have to pay back as long as they remain sustainable.
And what about the Championship clubs? What does that mean for them?
They will be receiving an interest-free loan worth up to £250 million. However, there's a cap of £8.3 million per team, and the money must be repaid by June of 2024 using solidarity receipts.
Thank you. So, now, after 8 months, fans have finally been allowed back into footballing action. A League Two clash between Carlisle United and Salford City was the first game to feature spectators since COVID-19 regulations were put into place. Carlisle were victorious in front of their home supporters in an exciting 2-1 win. Here's Josh with the latest on the return of fans into stadiums.
Ahead of fans returning in the Premier League, Chelsea are charging £75 per ticket, which has caused outrage among fans, bringing up the age-old question of how much they should be. Here's what the people of Southampton thought.
Ultimately, I think that it's unfair the amount that clubs charge their fans.
I think that football clubs shouldn't be charging extra due to COVID, because it's not just the businesses that have struggled, individuals have struggled too.
I think that for top teams they can get away with charging like £40, £50, but anything over that is just a bit ridiculous really.
I feel like to actually get into a game now it should be free, and they just do a ballot or a raffle or a draw between the existing season ticket fans.
Despite the anger, one thing we can all say for certain is that it's great to be back in stadiums. The Premier League will see fans for the first time this weekend, but Arsenal fans will return to the Emirates for the first time tonight. Here's Joe Hayhurst for a preview of tonight's Europa League games.
An English side is back in European action tonight, hoping to cement the top spot in the group. Arsenal face Rapid Vienna at the Emirates and just need 1 point to win Group B. Arteta is predicted to be resting players ahead of the North London derby on Saturday after Kurjan Catalin was spotted training with the first team. Another English giant need a win tonight after a rocky Europa League group stage. A successful evening is needed for Tottenham as they look to secure a place in the last 32 of the competition. They play Lask in the fifth game of the group stage, and although they've just lost one game, they're in goal-scoring form, doubling the tally of every team in Group J. Leicester are also in action tonight after already qualifying for the last 32. While they don't need a result, a win would be a huge confidence boost after losing to bottom of the Premier League Fulham on Monday. The Foxes can secure top of the group with a win tonight.
The FIA have launched a formal investigation into Romain Grosjean's frightening crash at the Bahrain Grand Prix last weekend. The Frenchman was lucky to escape with just minor burns and bruising in a scary moment for those watching on. The FIA say it would be 6 to 8 weeks before the findings would be published. The reigning NBA champions have agreed a deal with potentially the greatest player of all time. LeBron James is set to sign a 2-year deal worth $85 million with the LA Lakers after he led them to the championship back in October. The Lakers are also finalising a deal with Anthony Davis worth $190 million over 5 years. An NFL commentator has offended women across the US while commentating the Steelers vs Ravens on Sunday. Chris Collinsworth has told a story suggesting that women are less capable of asking critical questions about American football. He said that he was very surprised when a group of women had real knowledge of the sport. A World Heavyweight Champion will not be taken off the Sports Personality of the Year award despite his request. Tyson Fury posted a video on Wednesday asking the BBC to take him off their shortlist. Here's what he had to say.
And this is the message for the BBC on their Spotty Award. Please take me off your list, as I am the People's Champion and have no need for verification or any awards. I know who I am and what I've done in sports. And the love of the people is worth more to me than all the awards in the world. So to all of my supporters, please don't vote on this. Take me off the list. All my love, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King.
Despite this, a BBC spokesman has said they cannot remove him from the shortlist, as it is decided by an independent expert panel. The draw for the PDC World Darts Championship has been announced. It sees world number 1 Michael van Gerwen face the winner of Ryan Murray and Lawrence Egan. 1,000 fans will be allowed into Alexander Palace, but the atmosphere this year won't be the same as chanting and fancy dress have been banned. Back to the top story now, and the Premier League has agreed a bailout with League One and 2 clubs. The deal has been negotiated to aid lower tier clubs in dealing with the financial issues resulting from COVID-19 pandemic. The EFL has allocated £200 million to the Championship. The FIA have launched a formal investigation into Romain Grosjean's frightening crash at the Bahrain Grand Prix last weekend. The Frenchman was lucky to escape with just minor burns and a bruising in a scary moment for those watching on. That's all from us for today. It's been great having you. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Solent Sports News and also on Facebook. And you can keep up to date on our website at solentsportsjournalism.co.uk.